you would think they went to another planet. The people there were so warm. The people there were so well behaved. Yes, they're poverty, but they smile the most. All the diseases they keep talking about, I didn't see any.
Wow.
More than... Did you know that the Western world, and I'm just being nice here, the Western world has the most diseases in the world?
I can believe that.
Did you know that statistically, that's the fact? They have the most diseases in the world. They die the young.
No argument.
They die the.
No argument for me.
You see, they die the youngest. They die the youngest. They have the most diseases. But they're still gonna paint that place where I mean, you know. So, but moving on to the culture section is that when we now get there, we find that everything we need to do is resonating out of that place and out of the people in the place. If you understand what I mean. If you're a musician,
right,
you want to sharpen your music skills, you don't hang around with footballers.
Yeah, it's a cleanse.
Yeah, otherwise before long you become a footballer.
Yeah.
Because that's all you get. Hey, yo, man, you want to have a kick about with us? You be like, I need to do some tracks for myself. So we're in a culture that promotes everything else that we should not be, and stops everything that we should be. Everything we need to be, they stop it. Everything we don't need to be, they promote it. Then how can you be a Hebrew in a Babylonian culture? I mean, brother, you read Revelation where Satan was kicked out of heaven. Let's have a look at that again. It brings a few things into point. Can we round up in 10-15 minutes?
Okay.
Yeah? Would that be good? Yeah? Go to that Revelation. What was that again? Was that Revelation 12, yeah? Revelation 12 and you found it? I think your mic is mute. Okay, all right. Brother Andre, you still there? Brother Andre's got his mic mute as well. I hope he's not talking to us all the time. Yeah. All right, Brother Ayan, go ahead anyway.
Okay. All right. And there was war in heaven.
There was war in heaven. Now, I'm going to have to do a commentary here. Heaven is a culture of its own.
Yes, sir.
Heaven is a culture like New York is a culture. Put that in your minds, but let's read on.
Okay.
Michael and his angel fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angel.
If they didn't tell you and they don't ask you, I'm gonna do it. Why do you think the devil was fighting anyway in heaven? Why do you think he's fighting against Michael and his angels? Why do you think he's fighting?
To take place.
Sorry?
Control. To take control.
For power?
Oh no, at this moment he already lost.
Okay.
At this moment he already lost. But read on. At this moment he already lost. He was fighting a losing battle all the time. It wasn't like, you know, you can be in a fight even though you know you're gonna hurt yourself. So when you see this fight, don't think it was an equal opportunity fight. No, a fight just means like your son wants to, you know, just have a, you know, oh dad, no, come on. That's what it is. It's not like he's equal weights in the fight in the first place. But let's see why he's fighting. Read on.
And he prevailed not.
He didn't prevail. He didn't win. He couldn't win.
Neither was there place found any more in heaven.
That's the key there. Their place was not found anymore. That's the culture he was used to. That's where everything could happen for him. That's why he didn't want to leave.
He's trying to get a position.
He's trying to get his position back. Now look. Think about it. If earth was such a good place, why was he fighting to stay in heaven? If earth was all right for him and his angels, why was he fighting to stay there? Why couldn't he have said, of my own will, I'm leaving. I'm going to go start my own thing. But guess what had to happen to him? To make him to say this is an all right place now. Read on, brother.
And the great dragon was cast out.
Look at what happened. He was cast out. He didn't leave. He didn't leave to say, okay, you boys, come on, let's get out of here. We don't agree with these people. He was cast out. Read on for us, brother, I beg you.
That old serpent.
That old serpent.
Called the devil and Satan.
Right.
Which deceived the whole world.
He deceived what?
The whole world.
Now, brother, do you remember the scripture where it says, I don't know where it is, maybe somewhere not far from here, where it tells you that the devil has come down onto the earth and woe unto the earth, and yeah? You remember that one?
The abyss of the earth?
Yeah. Who remember where that is?
I think the verse 10 continue below.
Say again?
It's, if we continue reading on, I think verse 12.
Right, somewhere there, right? Oh, there you go.
12.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
Therefore rejoice, ye heaven,
Right.
and ye that dwell in them.
Rejoice where? You heavens rejoice. Yeah? Read on.
And ye that dwell in them.
Right.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
And of the sea.
And of the sea.
For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath.
Wow. Hear that? Read on.
Because he knoweth that ye have but a short time.
He has what?
A short time.
He has a short time. Read on.
And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child.
Now the woman is the nation of Israel here. For those of us who don't understand what the woman means in this symbology, the woman is the same as the bride that the Messiah is coming back for. And at the same time, it's a symbology for the woman who would have the son that would smash the head of the serpent. Yeah? But read on.
And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle.
Yeah, that's no...
That
go on, yeah. Sorry.
that she might fly into the wilderness.
Fly into the city.
Wilderness.
Fly into some really nice countries.
Wilderness.
Into the wilderness, yeah.
Into her place where she is nourished for a time.
Right.
And a time.
Right.
And a half a time.
And half a time.
From the face of the serpent.
From what?
The face of the serpent.
That's the key again. To be away from his face. We don't want to be looking at each other face to face. Now, if the serpent, the devil, like they used to say in the Western world, is the white man, didn't they read this scripture? You don't want to be looking at his face every day.
Yeah, true.
It says get away from the face of it. You don't need to be looking at, what's the point? But read on, brother. We're going to read to the end on this one. Yeah, read on.
And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood
Right.
after the woman,
Right.
that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
Right. Don't forget the woman represents Israel here. Read on.
That's right. And the earth helped the woman.
The earth helped the woman. What's the earth here? This is the wilderness, which became a barrier for us between our pursuers and us, the victims.
That's right.
That earth became a bulwark for us. They can't come into this jungle. They can't chase us into Africa. They're not built for it. They're not built for it. When they went into Africa, they done a documentary when the BBC went into the old Ghana. The first question they asked themselves is, how did these people do it?
Right. How did they clear all the vegetation?
I mean, you need to see the trees in this place. And there's no machines and no diggers and stuff. How did they do it? That says something again for us. That says a lot for us. Because everywhere we've been, the same question they ask. How did they do it? How did we build the pyramids? Which we left behind. How did we build Africa? Which we're going to leave behind. Because it's in us, it's within us to do it. Yeah. Now keeping us in Babylon keeps us not able to do anything. When you're kept in Babylon, guess who your power is? Guess who your defender is? It's the system. You can't go hungry for more than 2 days before, if nothing else, at least you can break into a store. But when you go in the wilderness, your whole reliance goes on him. So you're forced to call him. You're forced to lean on him, to ask for him. But when we're in Babylon, we don't have any need for him. We think we're all right of our own power. Read on, brother. We're going to finish with this scripture here. Read on.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
The flood indicates here all the troubles that she tried to throw to us. The Arab invasion, the Ottoman Turks invasion, the this, the that, even the slavery of waves and waves of slavery that came for us. Their whole intention was to clear us all finally out. The real final solution hasn't really happened. Read on, brother.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
The dragon was wroth with us. It still is. Read on.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Now, I'll let you finish reading that, then we'll come back to that sentence again. Yeah, read on.
Which keep the commandment of the Most High.
They do what?
Which keep the commandments of the Most High.
But put it in perspective now. Where were we keeping those commandments?
In the wilderness.
In the wilderness. In the wilderness. How can you keep commandments in Babylon? Is Babylon so stupid? They'll allow you to keep commandments.
No, sir.
It'd be like being in prison and telling the prison guards, I've got a party to attend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Telling them I got to get some groceries somewhere.
Right.
Or I've got my own time of waking up and going to bed. That's your commandments. How are you going to keep that in a prison setting? Well, if Babylon is a prison as we read, how are we supposed to keep his commandments in there? That's why it's clear there. Read on, brother.
And have the testimony of Messiah.
have the testimony of our Messiah. We're not supposed to be in Babylon doing that. We're supposed to be in our own land doing that. But let's get that out of the context we just read. Read the middle of 17. You can start from the beginning, but we want to catch the middle and pull that out from there.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman
Right.
and went to make war.
The dragon did what?
He went to make war with the woman.
The dragon did what?
Was rough
Yeah. And then what?
with the woman and went to make war.
That's the word I want. The dragon is the one who went to make war with the woman. The woman didn't come to say you are the devil. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. Makes sense.
The dragon is the one who came after us because we were in a place that was made for us, that was secure for us. The dragon went after us, not we going to his country and staying there and telling him he's the devil. No.
Looking for trouble.
You're looking for trouble. We the ones who are having our own security in our own place, which was prepared for us. That's where we should have stayed. If anything, the book says a place that was prepared for her for 1,260 days. It's prepared for her. Why is the Messiah giving that number? Is he giving that number for no reason? Because if the number has a reason, I don't know why we don't go back there and wait where he said, wait for me. Because we read it that it's the place that was prepared for her where she might be nourished. Well, we're not being nourished in Babylon, are we? We're looking big, but are we being nourished? When nourishment don't only mean eating, as the book says, man shall not live by what?
Bread alone.
That's all we're doing in Babylon, living by bread alone. Because we can't live in Babylon without our own cultural community.
Malnourished.
We're malnourished, where our young are going to prison before they have a family. It's wrong. It's wrong. Where our women become hoes before they get married. It's wrong. Everything's upside down. Everything's upside down. Where we need to be, when things go wrong, it would be the exception. Where we are now, when things go wrong, it's the norm. It's just normal for our women and our young to be destroyed before they know what they're doing. It's just normal. Everybody expects it. Every parent expects it. They pray, they fight, they hope, but they know, boy, this is normally how it goes. Because they themselves, they're in trouble. You got to work 12 hours every day. Well, who's looking after the house? Who's looking after the young? Who's securing their soul? Where's the shepherds? What's happened to the sheep? There's so much more we need to cover on this cultural thing. If you, my brothers, if you agree that it's a good topic for us to explore properly even more.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's inexhaustible. The things we still need to cover for the full understanding of that culture. We just scratching the surface. We're just scratching the surface. So, brother Andre, are you still there? Maybe he's on mute or something. Brother Brother PG, GP, Lelin.
Yeah,
Yeah? Would you like to say something as we round up, I think, yeah?
Well, like I said, I'm just, I'm just willing to, learn, man,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. I hope this this discussion it pulled out a few things. If you got any questions, you can ask us now while we're all still here, or you can compose them and we'll deal with them, on a different time, or in the comments or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. It just, next time, you know what I'm saying, like you said, man, we can, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
do it on another time, another day,
Yeah.
more proper level,
All right, bro. I agree with that, brother Deming.
yeah.
Yeah. Talk to us.
I just want to piggyback on what you said about the youth. How can we reach the youth? Because I'm here in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, and man, the youth here is running crazy. How can we present this message of culturalism to the youth to have them understand? But I think the main issue and the main problem is there's no fathers in the house. There's no fathers. I mean, and I think that's what the main problem is. That they don't have any guidance. Nobody reaching out to them, because that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for. But there's no one here, and I don't see a program instituted to reach out to the youth. So I'm just trying to figure out how can we take this cultural concept and bring it to the youth to help them understand who they are, why, and the things that they're doing is wrong, and how can they change that?
Whoa. I mean, the question is easy to answer for me, because it's not a big question to deal with, and I answer it scripturally. Yeah, which is my people come out of her. If anyone tells you anything else is the solution, it's just called simply problem management. But if we want to get rid of the problem, we just have to do what our Creator says. Come out of her. Because look, what point is it sitting inside shit, saying it stinks? And then you have a shower, and then you sit back in there.
Right.
You have a shower, you change your clothes, put some perfume on, and then you sit that back in the same shit. Because shit is a culture. Shit is a culture. There are living organisms that live in shit. When you check,